Welcome to Money Made Plain with your girl Xylia, and I recently created this channel to be a place to learn about money and finances and to rewire your money mindset, what you think about money, how you handle money, just basically rewire your brain to know how to use money. Basically, this YouTube is all about finances, money, credit, and in the future I plan to get into like investing, home buying, but that's future. But for right now, I decided to make this channel because if you don't know, I have a lifestyle channel where I post vlogs and like girly videos, and a lot of people will ask me, can you do videos on budgeting, how I budget my paycheck? I was struggling for a long time on creating the content because I knew that I wanted to deep dive into it, but I felt like it did not fit my YouTube channel's like niche. Yes, I feel like I can talk about it over there like slightly, but the way I would have wanted to talk about it, thank you to Jesus, thank you to God for giving me the idea. But I feel like the best way for me to have the biggest impact on people's lives was to create a whole new channel where I will talk about all things finances. And something about me is that your girl has always been a geek, a nerd, especially when it came to reading and when it came to math. Reading, I just was able to do very easily, right? But math, math don't stump me. Math don't do nothing. I was in like trigonometry, pre-calc in high school, top of the class. Told this story before, but I would feel a little uncomfortable given I'm a black woman, right? I would always mainly be in white spaces. I would be like one of three of black people in a class, especially math, because math, I know how math get for people because it doesn't make sense, and I'm not gonna lie and make it like math makes sense. Okay, it doesn't make sense, but I feel like that's why, for me, that's what intrigued me so much about it. So I was just always good at math. I was always top of the class. People would be shocked when my name got called, and my teacher would walk around and be like, "Congrats, Aaliyah, you got 100%," and everyone's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. That's why I'm here. Okay. But I feel like this is a gift of mine and I want to use it in a way to help people because that's just something I like to do, love to do, that actually fulfills me. Knowing that math is not everyone's forte or everyone's favorite subject, I feel like as someone who is good at math and actually enjoys math and has used it since they were a youngin', helping mom pay bills at like 14, 15, having a whole lot of money, saving, losing, going through the cycle of money, and finally getting to a point where I understand it and I've created my own budget and I know how to create a budget even when you are behind or struggling. I feel like that is where my specialty will be. So that's why I created this channel, just to give insight on what will be talked about over here. And I used to always be like the person that helped people or tutor people. So something I noticed was that if you break stuff down enough, someone will understand it. And I feel like I'm very good at breaking things down, especially mathematically, because I understand how to explain it. I feel like a lot of people in school, I would notice and observe that I feel like the teacher would not slow down, or I feel like people were too scared or afraid to ask questions. And over here, I want y'all to know I need y'all to ask the question so I could talk about it so y'all can understand it. Because my main thing is, this world we're living in wants us to remain where we're at. Knowing what's going on, staying in this paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. And even though I still am a part of that, I know I am breaking my way out of that. And if I could help someone to create a budget or to understand finances in a way that you were never taught. I grew up sheltered. I didn't learn a lot of things. And then also just being a black person, you really don't usually have a strong money mindset within your family, within your generations. So I plan to be, one of the first millionaires in my family, and I feel like it's going to happen one day. And if you're someone who wants that for you, your kids, your bloodline, your generations to come, then this is the place where you need to be, okay? Because Aaliyah, she doesn't not answer a question. I feel like people also do that a lot. As I've been in different groups, I feel like I noticed that some people will constantly ask questions and not get them answered. So over here, I answer all questions. I want to know what you guys would want over here because I do want to do like one-on-ones, budgeting workbooks, worksheets, maybe like courses. I want to know what y'all would like to see and then what topics. But I also noticed that, like I was saying before, I noticed that people would be afraid to ask questions. Over here, you ask the question. Okay, I don't even play that. I plan to go on live like once or twice a week. Those are the goals. And I'm going to post a video every single Thursday. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you have your post notification bell on so y'all know what I'm posting. And also, you're gonna need a notebook for this. Okay, over here it's basically going to be like school. It's going to feel like school, but I need to break it down in a way where you can learn it, you can then apply it to your life, and then you can teach it to whoever you need to teach it to, so that it could be a ripple effect in our community and then in your family, so that we're not having these struggles, you know. So yeah, I would suggest getting a notebook, a 5-subject notebook, a 500-page notebook, because I feel like the way I'm gonna set it up is really short videos, but they're very descriptive, and it's based on what y'all ask and what y'all don't understand. So first I'm going to start with budgeting. I'm going to explain the different budgets, the system I feel like is best to do, and vocabulary words and things like that. So stay tuned, planning it now. But yeah, so I think that was everything. The name is Money Made Plain, and I got that from the scripture, write the vision and make it plain, because I feel like I know how to break things down. And if I could break it down and it could be so simple that you could follow the steps, that's the goal. Because if I could make it into a system for you to understand, and definitions, and if I got to use analogies to get you to understand, and you know what I'm saying? And you can understand it, you can then teach your children, or you can teach your family members, and then they can understand it. And then it creates the ripple effect that I was talking about before. That's my main goal. Because I feel like that's how it works. It starts with one, and then you tell somebody, and then that person tells somebody, and that person tells somebody, and then fixing your finances will fix a lot of areas in your life. I don't think money is the root of all happiness, but I do think having stability and understanding and no more fear in a place that is extremely important in the world that we live in, having more understanding, standing in it, will help you to build your confidence, and then it can ripple effect also in your life in other areas. So that's the goal. Like I said, make sure you guys hitting the subscribe button and letting me know what y'all want to see from me, what type of topics y'all need me to talk about. If you want me to use, because I'm going to need people to do a sample budget as a free trial as we get started. So if you want me to use you as an example, your budget as an example, comment that. But I'll get more into that in the next couple videos. But like I said, before we get started, please go get you a notebook. Because you might as well title it Financial Freedom, Money, something around money. And this is going to be the notebook that you're going to need over here, because we're breaking things down all the way so you can understand. And if you're new, you just start from the beginning. It will make sense if you just start from this first video, and then watch each video next, because I'm basically going to do it. It's going to be in order of definitions, breaking down what a budget is, what types of budgets, how to budget if you're behind. So it makes sense to just start here and go up. All right, so like I said, comment down below, and I will see y'all next Thursday with our first real video.